tragedy happens, we can always go fishing.
Last time I was up there was when the boat flipped.
Oh, yeah. Our communities on the lower Fraser, they're smaller in size because the governments of the day, when they start making reserves, they felt that the fishery would sustain our people. So they give us smaller parcels of land.
I built that for her right there. And I'm digging first. I'm digging.
We have the largest Aboriginal fishery in North America, right here on the lower Fraser River between Hope and the mouth of the Fraser River. There are 30 First Nations communities on that stretch of the Fraser River. And they catch the fish for food, yes, for the table.
Right.
But they also catch it for the ceremonial life of our community. Sometimes they're relatively small, and sometimes it involves hundreds and hundreds of people.
The rotting carcasses of the salmon after they've spawned ends up supporting vast life forms, including most of the trees that we see. For that reason, we call them a keystone species.
It's conservation first. And that's a principle that our communities have always followed.
What's your experience with salmon fishing?
I don't know.
No? What are you catching today?
Sturgeon.
And in some seasons when the sockeye are plentiful, yes, we get an opportunity for what are called economic opportunity fisheries, when our folks get to catch an allocation. It's not
open season. So you can't fish anytime you
anywhere,
want.
any way we please.
Right.
Pull it out and then put it in. That's what you want to do?
Load it a little bit.
I'm
Elders first.
part of a ceremony. We're fishing for a funeral. So we're out doing that, and we're following the regulations. We're using an 8-inch web. So any sockeyes will be kicked through. The actual sockeye mesh is anywhere from 5 to 6 inches. This is 8 inches, bigger mesh.
So right now I learned though, for regular fishing, you only fish on every other weekend for the salmon?
This year that was the fishing plan, to just every other weekend. So that's where we're at this year.
So it's not like you can go out anytime you want just to catch the salmon. You're under strict rules and regulations here yourselves as well.
Yes, it's all based upon what DFO authorizes.
On these springs, the problem we have is that they winter out around Vancouver Island, and the sportsmen are allowed out all winter to target these fish. But so where is it that on conservation concern, when the sportsmen have already had a crack at them, by DFO allowing the sportsmen and the commercials to take it before we in River can get what sustenance we need, then they say, oh, we don't have enough, you got to pull off. But we do not get the benefit 4 years later like the commercials do.
It's because the salmon runs are cyclical. When it comes to sockeye, it's every 4 years they return. So in recent years, the populations of sockeye salmon returning to the Fraser have fallen.
We need more than just one.
We want to see fish here well into the future so that the First Nations and others can enjoy the economic benefits that fish bring here to the lower Fraser River.